Well, if you thought the battle between DuPont and Trian, the activist organization, was over, think again. DuPont's stock taking a massive hit last Wednesday morning following the news that Trian's Nelson Peltz didn't win the 4 DuPont board seats he really had lobbied for. And folks, 5 days later, the stock has not recovered from that. But our very own Charlie Gasparino joins us now with why this proxy battle may be far from over.
Right. We should point out that Trian is run by Nelson Peltz. Nelson Peltz is a major activist investor, likes to work with management. And I think that was part of the problem. And that's why the stock went down. And here's what we do know about Nelson Peltz's his plans for DuPont. He is not going away. Now, can he start another proxy battle tomorrow? No. He has to wait a year, but here's his plan.
A whole year.
I believe he has to wait a year. What his plan is to basically hold the feet to the fire of DuPont's existing management and its CEO right now, to go out there and make them prove that they can meet guidance, which is what they've been saying, that they're gonna make guidance, they're gonna make their earnings projections. He doesn't think they are. And when they don't, in a year from now, if they don't, you can expect Nelson Peltz, at least this is what he's telling people, to come back and to press the vote. We should point out one thing. DuPont won because retail investors would largely side with management, voted against his proposal for 4 board seats, including one for himself, and because of index funds that don't generally sell. They're not traders that are looking for value. They're just there because they have to be there because DuPont's a big company. It's part of an index. They voted for current management. The active investor, the investor that cares about profits and losses, voted against them. And I'll tell you this. That, from what I understand, scared the hell out of
But doesn't every investor love to have seen the punch to the upside that the stock had taken?
But the index funds still voted against it. Now, you have to ask why they do it. There's a lot of reasons why people, scratch each other's backs in corporate America. We can, firms like BlackRock, Larry Fink's BlackRock, State Street, and I think Vanguard.
A lot of fees.
Were the three biggest index funds. They all own 50 million shares each. I don't know their corporate connections, but they clearly voted against this, while active investors that worry about profits and losses and care about, who think the company hasn't been doing a good job of shareholder value, they voted against it, and that has scared the board. There's a kind of an interesting side note. Nelson Peltz, prior to the vote, did talk to BlackRock's Larry King and ask him point blank, are you against activist investors? Do you just hate us all? Larry Fink, from what I understand, told Nelson Peltz, I am not anti-activist investor. BlackRock still voted against Peltz's plan. So that's kind of the interesting backstory there, between Peltz and Fink. And I think the bottom line is Nelson Peltz is just going to sit in the weeds like a Viet Cong and play a little guerrilla warfare here.
Well, well, yeah, you don't want to call him a snake because he's not. He really actually cares about. But I was going to say the snake in the grass. You just wait. Or the lizard that waits for the fly, and the tongue comes out.
Right. I didn't mean that in a pejorative way. I think he would.
We love this story.
Yeah. What Nelson Peltz is going to do is play a little guerrilla warfare. We should point out there are 2 board members that are that like activist investing. I think Mark Gallagher, a longtime Blackstone executive, is on the board. These are people that will hold current management's feet to the fire as well. So he does have some friends on the board, and he's a big shareholder, and he ain't going away from what I understand.
Well, folks, listen, the stock's at about 70, the annual high is 80, so we'll see. There's a lot more to go here. Right. Charlie, thank you.
Okay.
Charlie Gasparino breaking it again.
Yes.
No shock there.
Did the stock move at all?
It's still down just about 0.5%. 0.25%.
Oh, so it's come back a little bit.
Up slightly. Yes, it has. There it goes. Teeny bit.
Did it move? That sounds like something from a Seinfeld episode. George getting the massage.
Okay.
He thought something moved.
Closing bell in 30 minutes.